Isn't she beautiful, huh? Nice. Nice. Sexy. So pretty. Nope. This thing is disgusting. Nasty. Why is it upside down, you ask? I don't know, it was the easiest way to get it here. No, I just had to wheel it on the hand truck. We got great news, I just found out. So, oh God, hold on. Lay her on the ground to get a better look at the head here. The power head. Okay. Rusty gold. This thing is rough. Very rough. Oh, the starter's all caked up. I was gonna hope maybe we can get lucky with the starter, but the starter's probably seized up as well. The motor is seized, and it looks like rusty crap. However, I've seen worse. I've had worse. So we got two options with this monster because I believe this to be a long shaft. Serial number on this. It's an 82, 35 horsepower. Serial number is E35, Evinrude 35. E for electric start. L for long shaft. CDN, CLN, I think. Not sure what that stands for, probably where it was made. But, I think it's a long shaft. I wasn't sure when I picked it up. And the guy gave it to me for 50 bucks. The lower unit is legit beautiful. So, I don't think it was dumped. He said it sat in a barn for a bunch of years. 10 years to be exact. And it looks it, but it looks like it was left out in the rain. But I guess if a barn has enough moisture, or if, I mean, there's rats nest in this thing, and, you know, if rats, I don't know, nest long enough, maybe they pee on enough stuff that it rusts, not sure. But, worst case scenarios, we'll pop this block off, we'll find ourselves a 35 horsepower block somewhere. Someone's gotta have it. And this will supersede Luke, who, we got a special project for that coming up as well. But a 35 horsepower long shaft tiller. How do I not put this on the boat? How do I not get this up and running? And it's 82. It's the year I was born, so maybe we'll call this one Little Bill. Mini blackout. Brownout. Yeah, so it's there. It's complete. It'll need a ton of parts, and the CDI ignition looks new too. Look at this. Look at this. And that looks new. Looks aftermarket. Looks new. So once we get everything freed up, and I think if it did sit, that's technically the sign of a weather seize. If it did sit, that should mean it should free up. We gotta get plugs out. We gotta soak it with this. I mean, this thing's rough, but we'll tinker. Check it out. Check it out. Everything's rusted. Everything steel is rusted here. But rusty connections, that's all. That can be all replaced. That's easy. The main thing's gonna be these cylinder walls. We'll see how bad they look. We'll see how bad the pistons. See if there's no rust inside the piston itself, it should free up. We'll hit it with some metal rescue, maybe some WD overnight, and we'll give the old hammer. BFH. Get it with the BFH. But we gotta get the flywheel off. The flywheel could be jammed up too. Anyway, 35 Evinrude. Long shaft. I'm stoked. I'm stoked. Stay tuned. Check it out. Every Evinrude OMC product I've ever worked on. Oh God. Starting off with a bang here. Uses 7/16 or 9/16 bolts. With the exception of a carburetor that had a 1/2 inch. These are 1/2 inch. And it scares me a little. It's got the original paint on it. They've been worked on. The paint's off them, so it's not like the lower unit has never been apart. But I was just wondering if the experts are out there, if 1/2 inch is the size. I'm assuming it is. I just never came across one before. But I've also never had a 35 in the newer. 82's newer to me. The 35 I had was a 57. those could have been slotted screws for all I know. Here's another good question for the experts. A lot of 25 horsepower parts from the 69. Interchangeable? Probably not, but flywheels and stuff. A lot of new parts. Here we go. Half-inch fits. It's tight. I think if it was more centered, it would have came out a lot easier. And if there's not even any wiggle room, so that's just what it is. It's clean. And it's sat for years, and the only thing that's rusty is the top. I'm thinking that's all rack deterioration. Great condition. With the exception of the prop being chewed in pieces. I could use that prop, I'm not gonna. I'm starting to realize props really mean, once you get the thing running, the heart then becomes the friggin' prop. But clean. Almost looks like they were cleaned up before they were reinstalled. Who knows? Maybe someone tried to take care of it before they stored it. The question of the day is why store it? That's really what you wonder when you get these old outboards. You have a nice working motor, season ends, you store it, and then what? Hard, I gotta admit, you take the boat out, it's a lot. Gear up, it takes 3 hours just to get on the water. You got kids? You forget it. Sounds fun, family boating, but unless you own a slip, you've got the money to own a slip and stuff. A lot of work to load the motor. If you're somewhere like here in New Jersey, you get 4 months tops of summer boating, unless you're a real hardcore advocate. Take the boat out, and you store it for 9 months. A lot. 82, good year I was born. I'm interested to why these bolts look so fresh. If I learned anything when you're taking these old things apart, too, you gotta be detective and look at everything, figure it out. I got a lower unit that's pristine. I got an engine that looks like they took it apart, threw it in the river, dove in, got it, put it back. I did notice it won't shift into gear. Oh, that's how you wanted to go. Oh, there you go. Okay. First time I got it in reverse. Hey, there it goes in forward. Locked up now, so. Gear case sounds of grinding. Sounds like everything's in there. I'm worried it seized into the power head. I really am. I hope not. Really hope not. I knew I had to disconnect the shift rod, and I was looking at it. I've had problems with seized drive shafts in power heads before. So I was gonna separate it and see if I could see the shift linkage. Usually you drop the lower unit like half an inch, maybe a little more, and you'll see the shift linkage. It's not there. So you gotta take these 2 screws out. The shift linkage is here. So I almost broke everything. And yeah, you hold one nut, you undo this nut, you hold this one, and there's your shift linkage. Take that apart, and then the lower unit should come off. So I was afraid of this. The rusty top we can live with, but I can't do stuff if the lower unit's seized into the power head, the drive shaft. So here's the fix for it. Whether it'll work or not, that'll be yet to be seen. So that's where we'll end this video. But here's the 25. Be a real shame. Well, if the power head's no good, technically, we can use the parts, find a better power head, cut the drive shaft, find a new drive shaft as well. It's not the end of the world. That's to say, if I can get the power head off at all. Food for thought. So here's the fix for this. You got to get wedges in there. wedge it as high up as you can get it without breaking it. Now we got some access. We're gonna hit it with some penetrating lubricant it's disgusting. Right at the drive shaft, right here. It's the drive shaft, and the idea is, if you hit it with gas and penetrating lubricant, with any luck it'll seep. Oh God, can you see that? With any luck, it'll seep down into where the rust and the power and the drive shaft is sitting, and you let it sit for a couple days. Hopefully, it breaks through. I want to break through. Once the penetrating lubricant sits in the bottom of the drive shaft, with any luck, it'll sit there, break through, and we can pop another wedge in there and break it free. All right, y'all. Check it out. One day of spraying and praying. Oh, yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh, that.
What?
That's moving.
No. No. It's just slide out. What now? Is it this nut come off? Oh, the keepers, right? Oh, that's what it is. Okay. Here. Jeez. Oh no.
What happened? You want it up?
There's two keepers in here, and I gotta come out so that this will slide out. I'm an idiot. So I worked that little rubber keeper off, and supposedly that's expensive. It's like $8 for that stupid thing. And now, oh God, it is always something. This isn't even the rusted parts. Now we're gonna get that back. Well, the lower unit, we may use the lower unit. Let's check it out. Hey, got it unstuck. That was half the battle. There we go, up and out. It looks good and greased, but you know they get rusted in there, seized in there. The water tube came out. That's fine.
It came out.
We got it out. We got it out.
What's that?
It's a shift rod. We got it out. One day, sprayed. The wedges are what help. You just wedge it up, spray, spray. If it's super seized in there, get some big old fat pickaxe wedges. I used my two biggest screwdrivers. I was about to use my crowbar, but yes, that's half the battle, baby.